Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Canadian Starships live stream tonight. We are doing the final-ish connection work of the electronics for the model tonight. So we're going to be looking at that. The model, not that one, that one is just on the back workbench tonight because we might actually not need the model itself. We're just going to be working on how we're going to be connecting the model to the controller, power sources, all that kind of stuff in the base. And we have Ken back with us tonight. Say hi, Ken.
Good evening, everyone.
So that's what we're doing. I'm here. I've got my workbench to the side of me with some electronics-y type stuff on it, ready to go. I've got my tea, Earl Grey hot. Tonight it's in the Spock Science Officer mug, just so I can have a little bit more tea than fits into the Picard mug. So how are things going for you, Ken?
Going pretty well, actually. The weather's nice here.
Nice to have you back.
Yeah, had a nice visit with my folks. They were visiting last weekend.
Oh, good. So far, we've got AK in the chat saying, "Oh dear, I appear to be a little early." Here before we got started. Then we've got Cosmic Quest Hobbies here saying, "Hey guys," and we've got Keith here saying hi, and we've got Michael Fontana here saying, "Evening, everyone." Well, good evening, everyone. I hope that you're all doing well tonight. Yeah, so we're going to be looking at connecting up the electronics, and we're going to be looking at how we're going to get power into the base, how we're going to control that power, and how that power is going to connect to the Raspberry Pi, to the LEDs on the model, all that kind of stuff. And the extra little bit is that it all has to come apart and has to go back together on the client side easily so that they don't have to worry about messing anything up. So that's kind of what we're going to work our way through tonight. So I hope that you're all ready to join us on that adventure.
Well, it looks like we have a dozen people here, which is good to see.
Baker's dozen, it looks like.
Yeah, it just went up. It's just as I said that. Yeah, so let us know what you're working on tonight here. It's we like to know what everyone's doing.
Yeah, so let us know that you're here by leaving a message in the chat. Let us know what you're working on while I'm working on this. Let's see. It has been raining like mad for the last little bit, and I was looking at my phone, looking at the weather because I was trying to see if I could get laundry done out on the line, and looks like it is supposed to rain all week long.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, we had a heavy rain yesterday, but today's been nice.
Yeah, no, we're expecting rain all week long. So that's the kind of week we're getting. It's also the last week of school here. So my kids are going to be off and running around the house anytime. So
something to look forward to. Doug Smith is here. Yeah, he says hello, everyone.
And let's see. Cosmic Quest Hobbies is saying, working on my orbiting pathogen lab. Very cool. I don't know why I had a hard time saying that. Working on my orbiting pathogen lab.
Not something that normally comes up in conversation.
Why? It doesn't come up in conversation for you about your orbital pathogen lab?
No.
Then we've got AK saying, howdy, y'all. Continuing work on the thermopylae, putting the standing rigging in place. Better you than me. We've got 853 Heavy here saying, not working on anything on the road in my hotel room for work now. You didn't bring anything to work on with you in the hotel? I'd probably bring a model piece that I had to open up windows on and work on that. Michael Fontana says, I'm working still on the 135 scale factory.
That's cool.
And Ben's Builds is here, says, waiting on my Strange New Worlds Enterprise decals to cure overnight. What are you working on while you're waiting for the decals to cure? Working on another project, or getting something ready for another project, or anything like that? All right, so I have the workbench here. Nope. Now I've got the workbench here.
Here we go.
Now I've got a smattering of things on here. And I just before the stream started, I was looking for my rocker switches. And I cannot seem to find them, yet I was just looking at them this week. There they are. Found them. Crisis averted, because we'll need those as well tonight. So I've got a smattering of things on the desk. We're going to kind of work through from the point that power enters the base to where everything gets connected to the model. Let's see.
Garrick is here. He says he's working on his 148th scale fine molds X-Wing. Right on. That's an older kit and really good details on those.
Okay.
And
AK says I've got an RFM Sherman on the bench.
yeah. Sorry, I missed that one. That's a Ryfield Models company. They do really good models. They're a fairly new one in the grand scheme of things.
Okay.
As far as model companies go. I think they're about 10 years old now.
Yeah. Can't say I've ever heard of them. Probably because they don't make Star Trek models. A53 Heavy says these live streams keep me company, in touch, and feel part of the community while I'm away, though. Thanks for doing them. Well, you're very welcome. Thanks for watching. Captain Shalamang is here. Says hi, everybody. How you doing? Doing great.
Hey, Jeff.
Everybody's saying hi to everybody. So I'm just going to star that last comment so that we left. Oh, I'm going to star that last comment so we know where we left off. And I'm going to quickly check this text message that's coming through, making sure it's nothing important. But okay, so let's move over to the desk here. And oh, camera's over there. The desk is over here. Oh, well, we will just go with it. So
we can either look at what you're doing on the desk or look at your profile, either or.
Either or, yeah. Actually, well, what I could do, I can move this way a little bit. And that way I can look there and I can look here. I think that should be a good compromise. What do you think, Ken?
I think that's going to work out just fine.
Okay, advantage to having a work desk that's on wheels. So let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. So when we're looking at this, where do you think we need to start if we're starting at the beginning?
At the start?
Yeah. So power into the model.
Sounds good place.
Power into the base, whatever that base is going to be. And I'm actually not building the bases for these.
No?
Or at least I don't think I am anymore, because the clients are going to build their own bases. But what we have here is a USB in that will have it. There'll be a hole drilled in the base.
Right.
I'm dropping it. Hole drilled into the base. This will slide in. This will connect and hold it secure in whatever that base turns out to be. Now, this is USB-C in. So
right.
That's how we're going to be getting power into the base. Let's see. Who do we have? Captain Shalamang is saying something.
He's talking about my decals for the Enterprise C arrived today, so I can start really planning out. Going to do the C similar to what I did on the 12500 Ambassador.
And remind me, which scale C are you doing? Okay, so this is where we're starting. Power in, which will just be power from a USB-C wall block, which will be whatever the European version is for the one going to Belgium, and just a North American one for the one going to Chilliwack, and Jeff saying that's a 1400 scale. Very, very cool. Is that one of the new ones that's done in the kind of translucent plastic? So we're going to be going power in with USB-C here. It's going out to a USB-A. And I've done that somewhat deliberately because we're going to be splitting off that power inside the model. And the Raspberry Pis that you get from inner lighting for the inner lighting kit come with a USB-A that goes into your Raspberry Pi, but they've also hardwired it in to split out the power. So we're going to be sending power both to the Raspberry Pi, and we're going to be sending power to the board. Now, one hitch in that. We are going to need to, and I'm just kind of thinking this through on the spot here. We are also going to need a power switch. And this is a power switch that, again, would go into the base, probably right next to the power plug. And we want to kill power as we so that you can depower it at the board. I mean, at the base. Let's see.
Jeff says that it's a solid 3D printed kit.
Oh, right. Yes. Got it.
And then Michael Fontana is asking Andrew, how did you learn about electronics?
I learned as I went, as I was building models. I learned as I went, as most of us do. So, I have
little trial and error.
Yeah, a little trial and error. So I may have inadvertently made things a little bit harder for myself. Not going USB-C to USB-C here. Let's see.
You still have Michael Fontana's comment up?
Oh, thank you. Sorry, that's just a service I provide, and Howard's here.
Hey, Howard. He had different kind of pie. He didn't have Raspberry Pi. Well, he had Raspberry Pi, but also looks like blueberry pie.
Yeah, I split a pie. It was half blueberry and raspberry. Neither turned out well, and in the end, it was more poo. So that's Howard's comment there. Well, thanks for coming around, Howard. We are looking at how we're going to connect all of the electronics here. So it should be fun. So what I'm going to do is find a USB-C. I've got a bin of just random stuff back here.
Just looking for a USB-C cord or cable.
Yeah, this might throw a wrench in my plans. Maybe, just maybe. Because what I want to do is I need to go. So I guess we're kind of thinking this through as well as we as I do this. So just so that I need to take power from the USB in and run it through the switch so that there is a hard.
Dash.
What? What?
Sorry. I don't have access to any sound effects.
We have a dash. Whoa. So did I miss a comment before? No. Okay. He says, this is not really a comment. Please ignore. Just trial and error. All right. We will ignore this comment, Dash, except that we can't because you just dashed us. Let me just back up here. We've got Cosmic Quest Hobbies saying, hi, hey, Howard, I have your stickers and poker chips ready to go to you. If you want, just shoot me an address in a DM on Discord. This might have been a DNR. I don't know. Do not read. And Captain Shelming says, I prefer apple pie. Funny thing, that the only one I know how to make well. The other kinds do not ever turn out well. Then we've got AK saying, to Michael Montana, YouTube is a great source for info and lessons. If you are not an experienced programmer, you can get Arduino or Raspberry Pi libraries that will do a lot of the work. When you're referring to how did you learn electronics, so that would be the programming side. When it comes to just like the hardware components, I just learned as I went. And of course, with the software side of it, I am now using the inner lighting system, which makes it a breeze. In fact, I am considering let me just go to face buttons. I am considering, because I have the Don Shoko Enterprise D sitting on the shelf over there, partly finished. But it's not using the inner light system. And I'm seriously considering, when I get back to it, popping that thing open.
Ooh.
And redoing it so that I can do it with the inner light system. Also, Wayne at Motion Picture Miniatures, because he's building the Don Shoko for Terry Metalis, he redid the warp nacelles. And I'm going to maybe try to see if he can do me up a set so that I can have better warp nacelles on it. But when I get back to it, whenever that is, I'm seriously considering popping the whole thing open and rerunning the wiring specifically for the inner lighting system. So we'll see if that actually happens. But thought that might be some interesting information for people to hear. We've
Ken's
got
model shop is here.
Yeah, it says, hey, Andrew. Hey,
yeah.
Ken. He also says, hey, Ken.
Yes, he does. And hey, everyone.
And Michael Montana says, thank you for the tips. Everybody's saying hi.
Cross is here.
Then we've got Trent here saying hi, Andrew and Ken. And then everybody's saying hi to Trent.
You missed Seacross?
That is Dwayne.
Oh, hey, Dwayne.
Hi, Dwayne. Welcome back to the stream. Let's see. Howard says, now you have it, Andrew. I'm not quite sure what he's referring to, but apparently I have it. So, yay me. Trent says, just finished watching Project Hail Mary. It was exciting. It was excellent. I haven't watched that yet, so please, no spoilers in the chat.
I enjoyed it. It's really worth the watch.
That's a great movie, very close to the book. Kevin Shelman says, Don Shoko Enterprise D, think you wanted it but not seen any videos of those on YouTube. I've got half a build series on YouTube of the Don Shoko Enterprise D. In fact, please hold. Please hold.
And Howard says it's in Discord.
What's in Discord?
That's just what he said. It's in Discord.
This would be the Don Shoko D.
That's still, you look at that, that's still a decent sized model.
Yeah. The pylon's popping off, so I might just pop the whole thing off anyway. And pop it all open, redo the lighting. because I don't think it would be all that difficult to redo the lighting, like to pop everything open and redo it at this point. So there's a couple things I would not pop open. I would not pop open, like I would not remove the neck from the secondary hull, because that is a major connection point that I will not redo.
Garrick, it says Lou Del Meso did a whole series on the Don Choco D.
Yep. Yeah, I've got, let me just see here. Let me just pull up YouTube. YouTube Studio, dashboard, videos, playlist. Probably have a playlist for it. Yeah, 1000 scale Enterprise D project. How many videos do I have in it, though?
The only one I recall is when you did the announcement that you were you're stopping work on it and moving to a 650. I do recall that I did watch other ones, but that's the one that stands out in my mind. Because the 650 was just so epic.
I did 14 videos. No, 15 videos before I stopped working on it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if there's actually a playlist, but that's where it was left. So.
Would you recommend that kit to someone, or would you tell them to?
No, get the Helios 1000 scale. It comes with an armature.
Right.
I mean, the Helios has grid lines and stuff, but it's a brute of a kit to build. All right. Let's see. Trent says, "Hey Keith, Howard, Jeff, and Russ." So Howard says whatever it is in Discord.
I can't go around searching Discord because I'm here in Discord.
It's the dash video that he sent me.
Oh, okay. I still can't access anything though with the version of streaming we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still in flux with a bunch of stuff. Okay, so back to the model. I guess I have to go back to the desk view. Please hold one moment, please. There we go. All right. Okay, so I have to take power in here, which means I need to find a USB-A cable that I don't need anymore. Or I can just use this. This is actually, this is what I'm going to do. I have one of these.
So for now, you can bypass the...
In fact, this might have actually come with the Raspberry Pi, with the inner lighting system. Can you see what that is? Do you know what that is?
Just looks like a cable to us. Like we've only got the one camera view on right now.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if I have a second one of those here.
Yeah, it looks like it's one of those male-female, almost like an extension cable for USB.
Yeah, it is. So what I can do is I can chop this up, and I can figure out which ones are power, and I can go in here. I can run the power to the switch, and because you just have to hook up either the positive or the negative side to the switch, and then connect it to this part, which will then go into this part here. Now, before I do that, and I'm just going to switch back to this view here for a moment.
Felix is here. He says, hello, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome, Felix. Hope you're doing well.
I'm going to take a quick peek on Amazon here. Let's see. USB A email to bare wire. Okay, I can get like 5 of them for $16. And mail to bare wire. Let's see if I can get a set. Doesn't look like it come in a set. That's disappointing. Although, this could be interesting. This could be very interesting. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this so that I can bring it into
the stream.
The stream without showing my address and such.
His address, everybody, is Canada. Just send it to Canada. Say Andrew at Canada, and it'll get to him.
Okay. No, that's not what I wanted. Why did it do that? I'm just going to do this one more time. I just want you guys to be able to see what I'm looking at here. Okay. This is going to be better. All right. I guess I need to... I'm not going to be able to put that directly in. Please hold. I think this is important for everybody to see. We're going to talk about it. Oh, no. Not, what I'm seeing is not going to work.
No?
Let me show you anyway. This is what I was looking at.
Oh, yeah.
And where it has an offshoot, but that's just going to be connected to it. And if I cut the power there, it's not actually going to do anything.
Right.
So that was a waste of an idea and a waste of a minute trying to get that on screen to show you, because as I was doing it, I realized that's not going to help us out any.
Yeah, you need something that comes off the main line.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to just get them separate, I think. So I can get 4 females to bare wire for $12.99. They don't arrive until Thursday, though. Let me see if I can find something that arrives faster than that.
Well, on the upside, it would be ready for next week's video, but still, it would be nice for you to be able to work on it during the week.
Yeah. Ha. I mean, 4-piece. 4-piece, bare wire. Sorry, I know this is taking some time. Come on. Thursday. Can we get something a little faster? Tomorrow, but that's more expensive. Monday. I don't want to. Tomorrow. Tomorrow for $13.99.
Well, that's quick.
Okay. Okay. Ah! Sorry, you're not. Let me get that. Buy now. I'm buying things on stream. Okay, and then let me search for the same, but the opposite. So we'll get mail to bare wire. And tomorrow.
I mean, they do make USB cables that do have switches in them, but
What? Well, no, no, that doesn't work. Okay, so we've got those coming. So I don't have to chop up my extension cable here. Let me switch back to the appropriate screen. But at least we can kind of walk this through. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a male cable that is then open to bare wire. And it's going to be either positive or negative. I can't remember which one I normally do. Do you know which people normally connect to a switch?
I've only done one once.
Okay. I don't think it matters because you're just.
I think I did positive, but I don't remember, to be honest.
You're just interrupting the circuit, right? So one will get connected there, and then so let's say we're connecting the positive to the switch. So the positive gets connected to one side, the positive from the other end connects there, and then you connect the two grounds together. And they go out to this connector here, which then is what connects into our Raspberry Pi and into our power going to the model.
Jeff is just confirming that, yep, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. So power going into the model.
Sorry, that was Russ, not Jeff. Sorry.
Okay. Let's see. Felix says, hello, everyone. Trent says, where's Chase when you need him? And yeah, Cosmic Quest Hobby says, yeah, doesn't matter. I'm just going to star that so I know where we left off. Okay. So power going in, we're just going to hold off on because I need those parts to come to actually wire it up. So now let's pretend that we've got power coming to this USB cable, which is going to the Raspberry Pi and splitting out to the model. So we are going to connect power to this. And that power is going to first go into this unit here. Now, this unit here is the expansion port for, the expansion board for the inner lighting system. And what this is going to do is it's going to run our dumb LEDs. So our 0402 SMDs are going to be run from this board here. And it's going to control them just as if they were addressable LEDs. Now, I've picked up these. They are what is it called? JTS? Is it JST?
JST.
Okay. Not to be confused with GST.
That's right.
Attacks. Of course, it's zip-locked, but it's also taped closed for my convenience. So let's open this up. So I ordered these last night on the HTM stream. There's a spider on my desk. And all things being equal, these should be able to get soldered into these pins here. Now, I just need to double check VCC. Is VCC positive or negative? Let me do a quick Google search here. Is VCC positive or negative? VCC is almost universally positive. Okay. Good.
And we have it's K today. Just
hey,
came
K
in.
today. Welcome. And he says, well, he doesn't say anything.
So it's a wavy emoji.
So when I see that just in the chat list, it looks like a snail to me. So I'm always confused. It looks like a snail until I do that and I see that it's a person waving. But when it's teeny tiny, it looks like a snail. And as Kay Today says, hello, everyone. Well, welcome to the live stream, Kay Today. Okay, Kay Today. So what we want to do is we're going to want to connect. We're going to want to so this side here is positive. We want positive to go into VCC. And VCC is the square silver bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to attach this. We're going to solder it in place. And then we've got ourselves a nice, easy way to connect into the board. Now, I don't just want to waste these. I want to know, and that's part of what we're going to figure out today. We need to figure out a little bit about this system. I need to know how we are connecting to it and which ports we are connecting to it. So I'm going to pull up scaleelectronics.com. And I'm going to pull up the how-to guide. And I'm going to scroll down to where it talks about the expansion board. And we're going to learn together tonight. Is that all right?
That sounds great. And
all
we're
right.
40 minutes in. Did you want to run an ad before you start doing this?
Sure, we'll do that. Now, if you're new to my channel, we don't want to pester you with YouTube ads, but we still want to make YouTube happy. So what we do is we run ads ourselves manually and only when we're not doing anything important. So we're going to run a quick ad right now to make YouTube happy, and we're not going to do anything important. We're not going to talk about anything important. So if you get hit with an ad, don't worry. We're deliberately doing this in a way that you will not miss anything. So let's run that ad, and we'll see you after this commercial break. And I have no idea what the timing of that's like for YouTube, but yeah. So while I was on the HTM stream last night, I found these things and got them ordered so that I can have a quick connect to the board. But we just need to figure out which port on the board is which.
Well, that would be very important information to know.
Yes.
So what do all the addressable LEDs connect to then? That's
Sorry, what was that?
The addressable LEDs that you did install.
Yeah.
They go to this board here.
So what's going to happen? Let me go back to the workbench here. So when this is all hooked up, what's going to happen is that this expansion board essentially becomes LEDs 1 through 4 in the data chain.
Right.
So this will get power, but it'll also get the first in the chain of data. So when it goes out of here, the data channel will go out this end, and that's where it will connect to the rest of the model.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to, now I have a call with Andy scheduled for sometime on Monday because I messed up my programming that he set up for me at Wonderfest this year.
Oh.
Yeah. I messed it up. And let's see. What happened is I was trying to clear all. Sorry, I'm just looking for my power cable, which is down there. I cleared all on the model, not on the model, on the programming. I was trying to clear all the lights, all the effects with the all off button. And instead of hitting the all off button, I must have hit the delete. So, and I must have done it more than once because it seems that I have deleted a couple of the scenes in the scene section, specifically the turn everything off and the power up mode. So I'm going to want to restore all of that because it's tied to the tablet, being controlled on the tablet.
Right.
And I'm not sure myself how to set all of that up. So we are going to look at that here. So I'm assuming everybody's back. Hopefully everybody's
It's been
back.
about 5 minutes, so yeah, they should be back.
Yep. Okay, so we're going to hook up the Raspberry Pi. It's already on, which means I should be able to connect the Wi-Fi on my laptop to the Raspberry Pi. I'm just going to do that here quickly. I will not lose the live stream because my live stream is running on a hardwired connection. So I can actually connect my computer's Wi-Fi to the Raspberry Pi, but continue streaming because my streaming is accessing internet through the hard connection. Okay. One moment, please. It's thinking. It's thinking. Reminds me of that video. We're sinking. Mayday, mayday. We're sinking. We're sinking.
What are you thinking about?
What are you thinking about?
Yeah, the German commercial to learn English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's switch over to this. We're going to go to 192.168.1.100. We're going to sign in. And this is the controller for the inner lighting system. And if I go to scenes, I am missing I'm definitely missing the all off, and I'm definitely missing the startup sequence. So I think Andy did tell me, let me just pull my message up here. If I call this scene here all off, and I don't know what input trigger it's supposed to be, but all lights effect off, and we save, that should potentially allow me to turn everything off from the tablet, but we will find out. I can toggle it here if I need to, and I'm actually going to toggle that now. Everything is going to be turned off on here. I have this new scene where I've set up, I think, board 1, output pin 1, a flash with 0 delay, but I'm going to set this to, say, 2. I'm going to save changes. I'm not sure, actually, let's switch that back to 0. I'm going to go to output effects, which is, as you can see, the picture up here. It shows a picture of that expansion board. I'm going to go flash, flash level 100, flash time. I'm going to just go 1 second, but I'm going to go reset, let's say 3 seconds. Let's save those changes and go into scenes. And now we're going to hook up. I'm going to switch back to the desk view here. And we're going to hook this board up and see if we can get a sacrificial test LED to flash on one of these pins. And that'll tell us which pin it is on. And this is, I'm just guessing on all this, okay? So I have no idea what's actually going to work and what's not, because this is my first time using the expansion board. So we have to first hook this up to power. So let's grab what kind of cables do I need here? Jumper cables do I need? I need male and female, one of each kind, not two of each kind. Okay, let's hook up power, and then I need one for the ground. Must have something here I can use. In my bin of stuff here. This should work. It's dark enough that I won't get it confused. Okay, let's hook up the ground. And all things being equal, the expansion board should now have power to it. Now, the next thing we need is to connect data to it. But we don't have Brent Spiner here, so we'll have to do something else. I need just a female to female. Yellow will work for our purposes here. We're going to connect one end. Here, let me take out the power. Let me put the data in, and then I can put the power back in. This is going to go to the data pin on the Raspberry Pi. So all things being equal, this should have power and it should have data. So if we go back to the desktop view here, we're going to play the new scene that we did. Now let's go back to the work desk, and nothing is happening here because we don't have an LED connected to the board. And the square is positive, the round is negative. I'm going to just test this. And this is 5 volts going to this LED, so we might get the magic smoke. I'm not sure.
Michael Prodensky popped in to say hi. Hope everyone is well. I thanks for the Wonderfest coverage.
Look at this. First one I connect it to. Oh, and now it's making a liar out of me.
Sorry, I was looking away. There we go. I was looking away at comments.
Okay. Now, which one is this? This is LED 1. Hey, imagine that. And we shouldn't get it on any of these other pins, all things being equal. Nothing there. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here.
Perfect.
So, this is working, surprisingly, exactly the way we'd hoped it would work. You're seeing that, right?
Yeah, we're seeing it flashing.
Okay, I'm going to, let's switch back to this view here. Let's go into output effects. Let's go into flash. Flash time. That's a little bit too long. I want it to be much more of a quick flash. So let's go to 0.5 seconds. And let's drop this down to 2 seconds interval between.
So you save changes.
Yeah, we're going to go back to, we're just going to toggle everything off. Now I'm going to play that scene. And let's see if this has updated. All things being equal, it should have updated.
Can you show us the desk?
Oh, you actually want to see the LED flashing?
Oh, we want to see if it succeed or if magic smoke escapes.
Well, actually, I know that it's still not quite as fast of a flash as I want. So while it's still on here, let's drop this down to 0.25. Save changes. Actually, let's switch this to 1 second. Save changes.
Ooh, pardon me.
Now let's go to scenes. Let's go all off and toggle that. Now let's toggle that new scene. Let's switch. Now, for some reason, I've got the onboard LED on a little bit, but that might just be the connection. Okay, you can see this?
Yes, we can. There you go. That's looking good.
So all of this is definable, right?
Yeah, at any time you can change it.
Yeah, you can change it to be whatever you want. Let's go in, and just for fun, because I think I noticed this in there. So let me switch back to this screen here. Oh, let's see. Michael Prodenovoski says, popped in to say hi. Hope everyone is well. Thanks for the Wonderfest coverage. You're very welcome. Thanks for popping in. Hopefully you're still here for when I noticed that you
I did read that one off, but
pardon?
I did read that one.
Oh, okay, thank you. I somehow I don't remember. Okay, let's go back to output effects. Let's go back to flash. So it's flashing. Number of flashes. This is what I think is interesting.
So you can do the double flash.
Let's try the double flash. Time between cycles. Let's go 0.1 Save changes. Let's go to scenes. Let's everything off. Let's turn that scene back on. Let's go back to the desk. My chest is still clearing from that all the chest congestion I got from Wonderfest.
Still, hey?
I wonder if that's too quick.
That's what I was just wondering.
Or it didn't
maybe
actually
do
update.
maybe do it for a 0.25 light with a 0.25 space in between it.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, let me go back here. Let me go back to, I might, or the other thing is I might have forgotten to save it. Nope, number of flashes. 0.1. Let's go 0.25. Time between and 0.25 each. Let's try that. Save changes. Back to scenes. All off. Turn that scene back on.
Change your camera.
Switch cameras. Or switch to camera. And LED in.
Doesn't that's what I don't know. To me, it doesn't look like it's doing it. Does it look like it's doing it to you?
Some of the timing looks like it might be trying a multi flash.
Maybe up at half a second.
Let's go back in. Output effects, flash. Number of flashes, time between cycles. Let's increase this reset time back to 2 seconds. Let's set the flash time to 0.1 second. Give it a really
short flash.
Yeah. And let's drop this down to 0.2. See if that does anything. Again, I'm just figuring this out as we go here. So
I don't know if that's too fast for your eye to catch, though, or
I'm just going to make sure that it is actually off. No, it's not off.
And we're still on the screen.
Oh, sorry.
The scene folder screen. Although I can see it flashing there when you were holding it on the other camera. Todd's here. He's popping in to say hello and a like, Andrew. He says hello and good evening all.
Good evening, Todd.
Good evening, Todd. Good to see you.
We're playing around with the expansion board for the Scale Electronics inner lighting system. I think I have to set this. So on the all off, I think I have to add the expansion board area to go all off as well. So I think that it wasn't actually changing anything because it wasn't going to all off. So let's
okay.
Now I'm going to switch back to the desk here. I'm going to throw the LED back in. All things being equal, that should be off. And that is now off. So I'm not going to bring you back just to press on for the scene, but let's press on for the scene. Let's put the LED back here and see if that makes a difference. So it's definitely doing the 2 seconds in between. but it's not doing the double flash.
I think you would have to put a bigger pause in between the two flashes
Yeah.
for the eye to kind of pick it up.
Actually, let's go to scenes. Let's all off before we go. Oh, let me put it here on the screen for you.
I'd say maybe just try to see what the results are if you try half a second delay in between each flash.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's go to flash. Time between cycles. Oh, point is not gonna work. Let's just do 0.3, and we'll go 0.2 for flash time. There might be some minimums.
Right.
I'm not sure. Okay, that's saved. Let's go back to scenes. Let's toggle that scene on. Let's go back to the desk. Interesting. Let's do something crazy for testing's sake. Start by toggling that off. We'll go back to our output effects. Going to flash. Let's go flash time. Let's go to 0.5. Let's go 0.5 in between. Let's go to 3-second reset time. And let's go say, let's do 5 flashes. So let's go back to scenes. Let's toggle that scene. Let me just make sure that this is actually the scene where. Let's get rid of the delay here, save changes, because that might actually be the issue. I didn't realize we had a delay here.
Okay.
Okay. Let's toggle all off. Let's toggle that new scene. And let's just see what happens here.
You're going to change camera, back to the camera.
Oh, right. You want to see what's going on, don't you?
I do. I'm sure your viewers would as well. What do you, the viewers at home, think? Well, it's definitely a long pause again.
But it's still only one flash.
Yeah. You can change camera again.
Change cameras. Let's toggle all off. So let's go back to output effects. Let's add a new effect. We'll call it multi-flash. We're going to do flashing. Let's do 5 flashes. Let's just keep it let's keep the defaults here. And let's make the reset time 3 seconds. What does this mean? Oh, this tells us what our potential values are.
Okay.
So that's probably the issue there. I'll have to talk to I'll have to talk to Andy about that, because if you want really fast strobe.
Yeah, like, you know, some of the Starships have the double flash.
Yep. So let's go down here. Let's go to new scene. Let's go down here. We're going to switch this to multi-flash. Save changes. Let's cue multi-flash. Let's switch cameras. And let's see if this has done anything. Nope.
It's like one really long, slow flash.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like the multi-flash is working. Although, say,
Going to switch us back to your screen.
sorry, I was just cycling something here.
Certainly.
Test this one more time. Nope, still doing the same thing. So I'm not sure about that multi-flash, but anyway, let's go back in. Let's just set up let's try to set up, see if we can play with single flash. So let's go back to flash. Let's go to 1. It's saying 1 to 5, but let's try 0.25 here with a reset time of 2 seconds. And then let's go back to events. No, not sorry, scenes. Let's toggle all off. Let's switch this to flash, save changes. Let's toggle this on. Let's go back to the desk and let's see if this is a short flash.
Yeah, definitely much shorter than it was.
Okay, let's see if we can get that like just as a quick burst. Okay, toggle all off. Oh, switch cameras. I'll get this at some point.
You're getting better.
Okay, all off. Output effects. Flash. Let's go down to 0.1. Save changes. Back to scenes. Toggle new scene.
Do you need to toggle all off first or no?
I did that before we left.
Okay.
At least I'm pretty sure we did. That's better.
Yeah, that seems like a nice speed.
That's a really nice flashing speed. Okay. So next. Okay, we've got that set up. Okay. Now let's turn everything off. Let's go back to output effects. So on is already here. On is duration once, level 100%. So I think we don't need to worry about that. So let's go back to scenes. Let's go to our new scene. Let's add a 5-volt board effect. Board ID 1. Let's do pin number 2. Let's go on and save changes. And this would be any of our LEDs, any of our nav lights that are always on. Okay, let's hit play scene. So, and I need to switch the camera. So if I understand this correctly, we should still have this one here flashing, which we do. This one should just be on. Hey, it works.
Right on.
Not. Okay. We've got things working. Okay. Now, let me power down the, this is just me thinking. So there's a little bit of lag in my brain thinking. What we're going to do is we're going to shut down the Raspberry Pi. So options, shut down. Yes, shut down now. And I'm just going to make sure it actually shuts down before I cut power. Okay. It's shut down safely. I have undone the power. So I'm going to switch back to the desk here. Grab a bit of the sparkling water. And we are going to detach everything. And I'm going to grab this very important device.
The OmniFixo.
Yep. But I'm going to grab these as well, because these are going to be important. Oh. Yep. That goes there. And that goes there. There we go. We've got mount for our controller. So what we want to do is grab our GTS.
Ricardo's here. He says, hello, Andrew, Ken, and everybody on chat.
Hello, Ricardo. How are you doing? So it has to go this way. Actually, I might need to just set this on the board. Yeah, we might not use this. Just gonna grab a couple of these other ones here. This goes here. This goes here. Can you still, you can't really see this, but I'm just putting this on the edge.
We just can barely see it on the edge.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just going to stay on the edge briefly. I'm not used to soldering these type of things directly to the
board.
So I'm kind of figuring this out as I go. So bear with me here.
What kind of bear?
Hopefully not a polar. That would not be good. Actually, is there a good kind of bear to have with you?
A teddy bear.
Well, I suppose a teddy bear. But there's no good real kind of bear to have with you.
A trained circus bear.
Yeah, but they're still dangerous. Just not as dangerous.
You know, when I was in the police, not in my detachment area, but in another detachment area in my province here, the our police force, which is the RCMP, was called to a call, and a gentleman said there was a bear in his house, and this guy was apparently drunk on the phone. So, they didn't rush too quick. They got there, fairly speedy, but not, as fast as they could. But they get there, and sure enough, the guy's got a bear in his house, and the bear's sitting on the couch watching TV with him, and the guy's sitting there with the bear on the couch.
Really?
Yeah.
Sitting there with the bear because he was drunk?
Yeah, well, he's sitting on one end of the couch. The bear is sitting on the other end. It's not a huge bear. It's just a small black bear apparently, or something like that. So, like I said, I wasn't there. I just heard the story secondhand from the because of the dispatchers.
Okay. So let me plug in my water station.
Well, Ken's model shop says Yogi Bear, as long as you don't have a picnic basket.
Now, you guys didn't have Winnie as a mascot, did you?
Us?
Yeah.
No.
No.
But I mean,
because wasn't Winnie from Winnipeg?
Yes, he is Winnie the Pooh. He went overseas with one of the infantry units. Could have been the Royal Winnipeg Rifles or something like that. I'm not sure. My service time in the military was artillery out of Saskatchewan, so. How's it looking? Everybody hold your breath for Andrew.
I know I got one really good solder there. Like one perfect looking solder. But it looks like I got like 1, 2 that are like factory. Like factory. They look like they came out of the factory that way.
Oh, it's always a good feeling when you get those kind of solders joints.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to turn the solder station off now. I'm going to unplug the solder station. We're going to turn our Raspberry Pi back on. We're going to reconnect everything here.
You're going to plug the USB cable into the adapter.
Yeah, once I get everything plugged in here. So just have to remember how everything was connected. Oh, right. Just like that. We're going to plug in one of our JTS connector or JST connectors here. We're going to plug this into power. So we're going to power the Raspberry Pi. We're going to let the Raspberry Pi boot up. Then I've got to reconnect my Wi-Fi to the Raspberry Pi. We'll give that one moment. Because every time you power it down, you lose your connection to it. So you got to reconnect to it.
So when it's in the base of the bottle, then do you just leave it on all the time?
No, you'll power it down.
Okay.
Because you're not going to leave the Raspberry Pi running all the time. Plus, you don't want it to you don't want it to inadvertently shut down for a power outage without properly going through the shutdown sequence.
Oh, okay.
So you'll power it down, and then you'll kill power on that power switch. And then
Right.
when you turn that power switch back on, it will automatically boot up the Raspberry Pi, and it'll automatically go into whatever default startup sequence you have it set to. All right, so we are back connected to the Raspberry Pi. So I can go back to scenes.
Looks like Felix is saying something to Ricardo in Spanish. Possibly, how are you, or something, or along those lines. I don't speak Spanish.
Neither do I. The extent of my Spanish would be like, hola, por favor.
Yeah.
Mais je parle français. Mais mon français n'est pas le meilleur français dans le monde. Mais je parle aussi bien pour communiquer mes idées en français. Donc, there you go. All right, scenes. Okay. We're back. Let me go back here.
There you go. Felix was saying it's what's up.
Okay. So let's just run the everything off scene. Now let's run the new scene that we created. Let's go back to here, and all things being equal, when I connect this cable here and this cable here, we should get a flash. And we get a flash.
There you go.
Okay, so we know that one's working.
I find when I'm in my limited amount of usage of those JST connectors, you don't plug them in all the way; they'll still work.
Okay.
So that way they're not locked in, and you have to fight it.
Yeah. How about I just grab another cable?
Sure.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these short, these GST cables short, and I'm going to splice in the color of cable that coincides with the color that going to those particular LEDs, so there's no confusion about which one you plug in where. So you say I don't need to plug them in all the way.
No, close, but not all the way.
It went in all the way anyway.
All right.
So this one,
you can pry them out later.
This one should just be always on. And it works. We have success. Hooray. Okay. So that is a successful test. Yay! So with that successful test, what I'm going to do is we're going to quickly run our last YouTube advertisement. And then I'm going to pull these out. And I don't know why the onboard LED keeps coming on randomly there. We're going to pull those out, and then we're going to get those color coded for what they are supposed to be. On the model. Yep, that's what we're going to do. All right, let's run a commercial break. And most of you are probably still here. Oh, okay. I'll have to find out from Andy on Monday when I talk to him why he thinks this onboard LED keeps turning on.
Oh, hopefully he has an answer for you.
Yes. All right. What I think I'm going to do. Nope, that's not going to work. Somewhere over the rainbow. No. Somewhere in my shop, I have a teeny tiny pair of pliers.
They're so small that they're hard to find.
And I have no idea where they've gotten to. Because I might need some assistance in getting those JST plugs disconnected. How do most people do it?
Just from the sides. And then
What?
usually I can rock it side to side a little bit and wiggle it out.
Oh, where are my tiny pliers? Oh, where?
I could say they're over there if that'll help.
Tiny pliers. Are they still in my Go box for Wonderfest? No, I'm sure I've used them since. Oh, where are my tiny pliers? Just taking a quick look, guys, because if I can find my tiny pliers, that might just save us a bunch of work. But alas, poor York, I find them not. Are they over here? Are they over there? Over hill, over dale. Tiny pliers never fail. Well,
Keith says, Andrew, Helen wants to know if you need her to come and find your pliers.
found them. They were under some paper. Okay, let's shut down the Raspberry Pi. I'm not switching you over to that screen just for me to do that. Okay, I'm going to disconnect everything.
So is that Raspberry Pi what they send you for a controller for?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, Raspberry Pi is shut down. Disconnect from power. I'm going to disconnect the board.
Keith says, Helen said you're welcome.
Your rocking back and forth method worked.
Perfect.
Okay. So one of these sets is going to be blue and white. The other set's going to be brown and orange. So let me swap power over to the solder station. And we'll get these set up. And I might as well do 2 sets of these, because I'm going to need 2 sets of these, because I've got 2 models to do.
Well, that's using your noggin and planning ahead.
Uh-huh. Wire cutters are still in the Go box for Wonderfest. So we'll cut these off very short. Probably cut them off too short to be able to use my wire strippers. So we'll do it the janky way here.
Isn't that the way a lot of us seem to do it? I know I do, the janky kind of way.
Maybe. Ah. Okay. So blue and white. White is positive. Blue is negative. Where is my wire kept? Where do I keep my wire these days?
It's over there.
Do I seriously not have any proper sized white cable right now? Apparently not. So I guess I'm using the light gray. Or what I could do is steal off of these things.
Well, there you go, if you're not going to use them.
There's a blue. There's a white. And for now, I'm just going to leave one end on. I can take that off later. Here we go.
You got your shrink tube handy?
I should have it close by. Of course, I don't have a white shrink tube.
You're pretty smart, though. I'm sure you'll figure it out when you see white wires coming out.
Yeah. So we'll do yellow instead of white. Do I have any partial, I wonder? I do have some partial. So we'll put yellow on the white. Actually, since there's a red cable coming out, we'll put red on the white. Then we also know that it's positive. Makes sense, right?
I'll go with it.
Let's grab another Omnifix thingy. Let's get these wires tinned up. Oh, I need to actually turn on the
Solder station.
solder station. Could be useful. I like that this solder station comes up to temperature really quick.
That's always handy.
Yeah.
So you say you might as well tin them all while you're there.
Look at you being all logical.
Well, just trying to be helpful. I mean, technically, you only got about, 20 more minutes left.
Really?
What happened?
I have to redo it. Shrink cable was a little bit too short.
Oh. Put a slightly larger shrink tube over that shrink tube.
Well, but I have to. I'll have to cut it off.
Well, are you going to eventually cut off the other end?
I'm not sure. Probably.
Or
but I don't want to do that yet.
Slightly larger shrink tube over the other end, slide it all the way down to that point.
Okay, I'm gonna need fresh red shrink tube. Apparently I'm running low on the really skinny stuff.
That's always the way it seems to go.
So let's throw this on. There we go. That's better. Now, I need a little bit. I want a little bit more exposed on the blue. Let's get this tinned up. How are we doing on the chat?
Nothing new. Just Helen said you're welcome.
Okay, putting the blue shrink tube on. Okay.
You know, that heat gun portion is actually fairly quiet.
Yeah. Works out quite well. There, we got one done. The next one we want is brown and orange.
Or another white and blue.
No, brown and orange.
All right.
If you do another white and blue, then I'm going to get the
I was going to say for the other ship.
Oh, for the other ship. Yeah. Yes, we'll need that. I'll need that for the other ship. I'm getting the other one for this ship done first. Orange. Yeah, I forgot I was going to do both sets here. There we go.
Well, that's why I'm here. I'm here to remind you of these things.
Mm-hmm. Let's get both of these tinned up. Get the cable out from underneath all these tools I've been piling on top of it. Go. Got those tinned up. Let's cut these.
Well, it's good to see you didn't cut them as short this time.
Get into a bit of a roll with them. Can't remember who it was. I think it might have been one of the Bens last week that was saying that they were a little nervous to get into airbrushing and soldering and all that kind of stuff.
I remember that from a couple of weeks ago when I was here.
Was it a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened on the show last week.
Yeah.
So. You got the shrink tube on there?
I do.
Perfect. I'd ask Ricardo to keep track of that, but I'm catching the sense he might be busy doing something else.
Keep track of what?
Of the shrink tube.
Oh. Oh.
Shrink tube?
As we're talking about that.
Ricardo. He's like, yes. You're supposed to, Ricardo. You're supposed to be reminding Andrew to make sure you put shrink tube on the wires. That's your job tonight. Didn't you know that?
Isn't that historically your job?
That's when I'm not here. That's only when I'm in chat.
Oh, okay.
So it always has to, go to someone in chat. And tonight it just happens to be Ricardo's turn. He says, I take full responsibility.
Uh-huh.
Good man. Good man.
All right. Now, what time are we at here? I'm not going to have time to do the other two.
Yeah, you have about 10 minutes left.
So let's give these a test run and just make sure that they are working properly. Shall we?
That sounds like a good plan.
All right. So once more into the breach. We are going to start by powering up the Raspberry Pi. We are going to reconnect once that is powered up.
Does it need to be connected to that other board first?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
Doesn't need to be. So we're going to give that one moment to boot up. And then I should be able to see it in my network connections. Yeah, I can see it. Let's connect to it. It's working. It's working. It's attempting to do its thing.
That's good.
Interesting. I didn't add my own overlay to StreamYard. I'm just throwing an overlay in there. Okay, looks like we are connected. So let's go back to scenes, and that should pop. Okay, good. Let's go all off. Now, let's switch back to the desk. And here's my board. Power this side. I think blue and white are all on. I think brown and orange are flashers, but don't quote me on that because I could very well be wrong. And I won't really know until I connect them because I don't know where I wrote that information down. But for our purposes here, we're just testing. Just going to throw that scene on. LED is right here. So let's start with the orange and brown. Orange is the positive. And brown is just so negative.
You found that to be the case as well?
And look at this.
I'm looking.
We've got a flasher. Call the police. You can see that?
Yep.
Okay. So that one's working. Now let's connect to blue is the negative.
Ricardo says success.
Kapla.
Oh, see it's flashing when you're doing that. This issue with the solder or like of the wires or to the board?
I'm not sure. So let's pull this one out. Let me throw it into this one. This is the one that we... It's flashing. Or is it now?
I would take the other one and put it into the second slot.
No, it's the... I think it's
Because I think it's this actual lighting rig there that something to do with the wires.
Yeah. I think it's that JTS that I really manhandled to get out of there the first time.
Okay.
So I think I just need to redo that one.
Well, looks like you have a few extras.
Yeah. But we got one that's working.
And that's half the battle.
All right, well... Just going to cut those off. Redo this fresh. And I will connect these to a new JTS connector. JSC.
It's all a little learning experience.
Yeah, well, this is my first time playing with those connectors, so. All right. So let's just, I might go a few minutes overtime here. So let's shut down the Raspberry Pi. Options, shut down. Yes, shut down now.
AK says,
light inside.
AK says, fun stream, a little different, but informative. Thanks, Andrew and Ken. Well, thanks for being here, AK.
Let's see if we can just do this quickly here.
And Ricardo says, it's no fun when everything goes right the first try.
Uh-huh. As opposed to the sheer fun of having to do it over and over and over and over and over and over. Let's do it one more time.
You have to Did you turn on the soldering station?
I did.
Okay, perfect.
I remembered. Let me grab one more of these guys. Because then I can do all the tinning. Okay, blue. Solder.
We'll see if Ricardo remembers what his job is here.
Where did it go? And this is why I don't have enough red shrink tube. Apparently I keep losing it.
Oh, AK said, one of my daughters got me a wireless soldering iron for Father's Day. I'm looking forward to playing with it.
Nice.
Oh, and Ricardo wants you to know, don't forget to put the shrink tube on.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Thanks, Ricardo. Yeah, that is kind of cool, AK. Let us know how it turns out. You make that look so easy. You'd think you'd done that a time or two before.
The time we're 80?
Yeah.
1,000? Okay. All things being equal, that should work.
Perfect.
So let's go through the procedure again.
AK says, I plan on doing something with it on next Friday's stream, along with my first homemade PCB and SMD lights or LEDs.
Your own PCB, huh?
Yeah, and SMD LEDs.
Cool. Okay. All right. Let's switch over. Let's see if the Pi is available for network connection. Looks like it is. We're going to connect. I'm going to refill my tea here briefly. Yeah, this is definitely a different stream, but it's important stuff to work out in this very, very final stage of getting this project done and out the door. because every time I've had the lighting hooked up, it's just been a temporary hookup. So I need to get all the final, how it's actually going to be connected for the client, sorted. We're waiting. We're waiting. Okay. All right. Let's go to scenes. And this should populate. Yet. All off. Okay. Now, new scene. Oh, we need to actually plug it in. Plug it in. Plug it in.
And don't forget to change over to the camera once you're back on the bench.
Oh, yes. Okay. I grabbed another LED just so that we had two in. And we can check them at the same time. Let's play the scene. Nothing? Why nothing? Oh.
Those connections on the end where you have the lights plugged in might not be the best either.
Oh, yeah, these.
Ricardo says, am I only in charge of the shrink tube reminders or the changing camera too? I don't know if you need to check your solder joints on the bottom of the board or not.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. But
The joys of doing new electronics and learning on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 853 Heavy says, plug it in, plug it in.
Yeah, that's what's been going through my head.
He says, that's a deep cut. Ricardo's asking when the next trivia game is. I don't know. I'll have to get together and figure that out. Oh, I saw some flashes. So that seemed like that's what the issue was there on that
Might
one.
have been. Okay, let me do the same. There were two solders that didn't look as good, so they might have just needed some extra loving care. which I think is exactly the issue here.
It's okay. I've never soldered anything to a board either, so.
Oh,
Everything's flashing now. Oh, there we go.
so I think that's fixed the reliability of the JST plug, but the LEDs are still just kind of in the end of this.
Yeah, they're not a reliable connection that way. I think to do a full-on test, you'd almost have to temporarily solder the LEDs to those wires.
Yeah. But that looks good.
Yeah. You got your flasher and you got your steady on.
You know what? I think I'm gonna have to redo this one too.
Are you? Yeah.
I think it's just a factor of the first ones I did.
Right.
But I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm going to have to do that another night.
I mean, you could also always, in the future, too, cut those wires further away from the JST connector itself.
Yeah.
So you still have the, a little bit more length of the original black and red. Not that that'll matter a whole lot for, the color coding, because they, in a short period of time, they're still gonna become white and blue and orange and brown. But if you give it another centimeter or two of wire, maybe that'll keep it far enough away from those pins to prevent disrupting them. I don't know. I'm just guessing here.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to play around with it some more. But that is not going to be tonight. I'm going to shut down the Raspberry Pi. I'm going to switch over to Facecam.
Did you turn off your soldering station?
It's already been turned off.
Perfect.
I'm going to roll my desk a little bit further away. And I'm going to say thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by the live stream. Do we have any comments we need to catch up on?
No, we are caught up.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out here for the last 2 hours. We've just been kind of playing around, experimenting with the expansion board, the JST plugs, and all that kind of stuff. So thank you so much. I hope that you've enjoyed the live stream. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to my channel or you haven't done so yet, you can hit that subscribe button today. You'll make me very happy if you do. But for now, my name is Andrew. Your host tonight has been Ken.
Good night.
Wait, and before we go, check out these times for other people streaming who are members of the HTM Hobby Time Modeler group. We've got Donnie on Monday. We've got Keith on Tuesday. We've got Jody on Wednesday. Jordan on Thursday. We've got the whole group on Friday. We've got the whole group on Sunday. So check out those dates and times for the Hobby Time Modelers. But for now, my name is Andrew. Your producer tonight has been Ken. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.